Hello, my name is Brittany Deigh. I am a psychic medium and spiritual teacher. My divine purpose is to assist in the expansion of the collective consciousness and to help you become more connected with the divine. This is a space to remember all that you truly are and ignite the possibilities of your highest potential.
Guys, this topic gets me kind of fired up, not gonna lie. Because this is literally the core of the illness, and this is what people don't understand about this illness, and it's what keeps it thriving. It's what keeps it alive. We are only as sick as our secrets. Chapter 7, page 35 of the Big Blue Book in the Al-Anon Recovery, under breaking our isolation. We are only as sick as our secrets. I can't tell you the amount of times that I have been told that me sharing about this and me starting this podcast or whatever it is that it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. You can keep things in private. You can, oh my gosh. It's like, it reminds me so much of the naysayers that I had whenever I was 19 and I went through an awakening and I took off into travel into the world and I sold all my shit and everybody was like, oh my God, you're going to leave college? You're going to go travel? Like, why don't you just get your degree and travel first? Like, you don't have to do that. No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to share this. But if it's keeping me sick, yeah, I do. We are only as sick as our secrets. And whenever that is the whole problem with this in this society, is that's why we're all so sick, addicted, and codependent, and enabling the sickness, is because people are hiding it behind closed doors. They want to keep it away. People don't want to talk about it freely. People don't want to share it with the world. They want to stay in the shame hole, perpetuating the shame and the guilt, instead of being real and being authentic and being raw and talking about it openly and sharing it with the world openly. That's what keeps you sick. And I promise you, if you have someone in your life, like I have as well, if you have someone in your life that is telling you that it might be better off to just keep it in private, either they genuinely don't understand the nature of the illness themselves, or they are an enabler and they are sick themselves and they don't want to drink the medicine and heal and become more sober and become less codependent and no longer be an enabler. Because those that are on the fiery road of becoming sober in every way that they can possibly be sober, not just substance abuse, have nothing to hide. Like, we understand that the real and the raw and the genuine and the authentic and the sharing freely and the boundlessness that this addiction needs, that this illness needs in order to unshackle yourself from it, they're going to be like, nah, boo. You do what you need to do for you, whatever you need to do, so that way you're not hiding secrets, so that way you're not keeping things in private, so that way you're not hiding in shame, because that is remaining sick. And that's why this podcast is so incredibly important to me, because I realized that not sharing about this freely in my life and in my business and openly on my podcast and on my platform, it was keeping me so sick, so sick and perpetuating. And I truly believe keeping my entire family sick, because I'm like hiding their shame and then they're hiding, it's like the shame cycle. He's hiding his shame and then she's hiding his shame and her own shame. And then I'm hiding their shame. And it's just like, We don't need to live in secrets. This world is safe. This world is free. Liberate yourself. There is nothing that you need to hide. You can be fully and bountifully authentic and free. And I do understand that there is sacredness to things, and there's confidentiality that creates that sacred container for healing and for your ability to open up and crack open in vulnerability. I hold sacred space. I walk people through their trauma. I understand what kind of container, ask my clients, like I understand what kind of container needs to be created in order to really be able to crack yourself open in those spaces. But if you are not talking about how this addiction is affecting you in the ways, places, and spaces that you truly desire to, then that means you're sick. That means that you're still hiding. You're still in the shame. And there's a lot of people in this society that have been affected by addiction that don't truly understand the nature of the illness yet. It took me, I'm going on 30 right now, and my dad died from an overdose whenever I was 3 and dealt with alcoholism and different drugs. And until that point, I was born into addiction. And it took me until I'm almost about to be months away from 30 years old to understand what it really meant to become sober and to no longer be shackled by this illness. And I will always be ascending and expanding and moving beyond this illness. It's integrated into my being. And so as I continue to peel back layers, it's like a lifelong, it's a soul, because it's a spiritual illness, it's a soul long journey. I'm going to continue to understand this illness more and more and more and more. That is just the nature of the illness. And because it's a spiritual illness and your soul's evolution never ends. So, but you have to trust, once again, this is a spiritual illness. You have to trust your intuition. And if you are being convinced or told by people outside of you to keep what you are experiencing, or keep what people are doing to you, or keep what your pain is or what your suffering is in silence, they're telling you to stay sick. And you may not understand that, and you may do it for a long time. I know I did it for a long time, but then you'll get to that moment of epiphany and understand, I don't want to be sick anymore. I'm done being sick, which means I'm done with the secrets. We are only as sick as our secrets. So please remember this, and remember when there are people outside of you that just genuinely do not understand your journey, and they do not understand the nature of the illness. And that's okay. They're not bad people. They just don't understand. It's not possible for them to be in your soul's journey. And that's why this is a spiritual evolution. This is a spiritual illness. It works your soul. You have to trust yourself and dive into the depths of the unknown. Even when the naysayers right outside of you are saying, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You might do this. You might do that. That might press buttons. It might cause this. No, I'm healing. And whoever that may affect. But I'm not going to stay sick to hide other people's secrets. Nah, I have no secrets to hide. I'm an open book in every aspect of my life, honestly. But there is places that I like to be held in a safe container, and those things are confidential and don't leave those spaces. But that doesn't mean that that's healing. That's uncovering and untangling yourself. That doesn't mean to keep what you are experiencing or what you are feeling or what you feel called to do or what you feel drawn to express or how you want to connect with the world or connect with others behind closed doors, because it helps other people's secrets stay secrets. That is literally the nature of this illness. Pure, genuine, authentic, raw, real soul is what heals this illness. So anything that is standing in the way of that is going to keep you sick. And when it boils down to you and your soul and your illness or others, I really, really hope and pray that you choose you and you choose your sobriety, because that is exactly how this illness works. Is whenever you put it outside of self, that's where the enabling begins. That's where the codependency begins. That's where you have to, no matter how much it irritates anybody around you, have to listen to your soul. That is how you work with this illness. It's the only way. Remember, you are only as sick as your secrets.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed that episode. Please subscribe, leave a review, and if this was impactful for you at all, please share it with others. This is how we can help each other. Much love and namaste.